Hi, welcome back. In this lecture, we'll create a simple REST API to send a message from the client. Let's head over to the IntelliJ IDEA and go to the controller package. Right click on controller package, new, and then choose Java class. Let's give class name as message controller and hit enter. Alright, now let's annotate this class with @REST controller annotation, and also let's annotate this class with @request mapping annotation, and let's define the base URI for this class. So let's say /API/v1, and then within this class we're gonna write a simple REST API. So before that we need to inject RabbitMQ producer. So let's use constructor based dependency injection. So in order to do that, first we need to create an instance variable. Let's say RabbitMQ producer, and let's call it as a producer, and let's create a constructor. Right click, generate, and choose constructor, and choose this instance variable. Click OK. Now we have injected RabbitMQ producer by using constructor based dependency injection. Okay, we don't have to use @auto annotation over here again, because this Spring Bean has only one constructor, that is parameterized constructor, so we can omit using @auto annotation. Next, let's create a REST API. Public, and then return type of the REST API is something like response entity, and then pass type as a string, and let's say method name send message. Perfect. And let's annotate this method with @getMapping annotation. Alright, and let's pass the URI name, let's say /publish. Well, we are going to basically pass the message in the URL by using query parameter. So if you can see the URL, it looks something like this: localhost:80/API/v1/publish, followed by the query parameter, that is message equal to hello. Okay, so in order to get the message from the URL, we are going to use @request param annotation, and then pass this message to this annotation over here. Okay, message, and then we need to store a value of this message in a variable, right? So for that, let's define the variable here, string message. Perfect. Once we got this message from the URL, we need to send this message to the RabbitMQ producer. So in order to do that, let's call a producer dot send message, and then pass this message to this method, and finally return response entity dot just call OK method, and then just pass some message in a response. Let's say message sent to RabbitMQ, something like this, and just put the semicolon. Okay, now we have created a simple publish REST API which will publish a message to the RabbitMQ. Okay, great. Now let's run the Spring Boot application, and let's call this REST API to send a message to the RabbitMQ producer, and RabbitMQ producer in turn will send that message to the exchange. Okay, so let me first run the Spring Boot application and let me show you the flow. Now our Spring Boot application is up and running in a embedded Tomcat server which is running on port 8080. Let's go to the browser. In a new tab, just type localhost 8080/API/v1/publish. okay, and then message equal to, let's say, hello world. Alright, and hit enter, and we got a response message sent to RabbitMQ. Now let's verify in a console. So let's go back to IntelliJ IDEA, and in a console you can see message sent hello world. So let's verify whether this message is stored in a RabbitMQ queue or not. In order to do that, go to the RabbitMQ management plugin over here and just log into this plugin. Okay, and go to exchange, and in exchange you can see Java guides _ exchange is created, and go to a queue. In a queue you can see Java guides queue is created. Now we need to verify whether the hello world message is stored in this queue or not, right? So go ahead and click on this Java guides and just scroll down and go to get messages section over here. Click on get message and just scroll down, and you can able to see hello world message is successfully stored in this RabbitMQ queue. The queue name is Java guides. Okay, you can see the queue name is Java guides, and you can notice here Java guides underscore exchange is the exchange name, and Java guides underscore routing underscore key is a routing key. Okay, now let's pass one more message. Let's say hello world RabbitMQ. Okay, and hit enter, and let's go back to RabbitMQ console and click on get message, and you can able to see hello world RabbitMQ. Okay, and you can also see the graph over here. There are total 2 messages are ready, and there are total 2 messages. Okay, as soon as you send the message to the queue, you can also see that message data in a chart over here. For example, let me send one more message. Let's say hello world RabbitMQ Spring Boot, and hit enter and go to RabbitMQ management and just refresh. So this will take a couple of seconds. So let me click here, and you can able to see here ready 3, total 3. So go ahead and click on get message, and you can able to see hello world RabbitMQ Spring Boot. Alright, so you need to wait a couple of seconds because RabbitMQ will take a couple of seconds to store the message in a queue. Okay, and then once you click on get message, you can able to see the latest message in a queue. Okay, so this is how you can track the messages in a RabbitMQ management website. Okay, so this is a great RabbitMQ management plugin that you can use to explore how RabbitMQ works behind the scene. Okay, so now what we have done in this lecture, we have created a simple REST API to send a message to the RabbitMQ queue. Okay, and if you go to exchanges, you can also see the binding. So this is the exchange name that we have configured in our Spring Boot project, and we have used Java guides underscore routing underscore key to bind a queue to the exchange, right? So you can go to bindings, you can able to see that binding over here. Okay, so this exchange is bind to Java guides queue by using this routing key, that is Java guides underscore routing underscore key. Alright, I hope you pretty much understood how to send a message to the exchange and how exchange uses a routing key to route that message to the queue.